So describe that day to you. Well, it was a hot August day. Kind of knew some of the competition. They were my friends.
The lineup was crazy. Bryce, I've been to the buffet with Bryce. That man can eat. Tyler, exact same story. Man has a stomach. Matthew, many consider Matthew the heavy favorite, given his 20-minute pregame ritual. That man can eat as well. Christopher never really stood a chance in my opinion. Gcoinz.
All right, guys, we're out here.
What a guy. Grant, I knew Grant would be in about the middle of the pack.
Yeah, that day it was just, if I remember right, it was just cold, brutally cold, windy, just waves coming up over the dock. And frankly, it was just a terrible day.
Yeah, I mean, that day for me, I was just happy to be there, you know, happy to be competing alongside mostly great guys. And to be there, you know, I was ready to perform, I was ready to give my all out there. And yeah, I think that what happened next is why it became so devastating. Get ready. We are so ready. Hot dog.
I wasn't really focused on winning. It's more about the process of what it takes to win is what I'm focused on.
Yeah, this competition for me represented a chance to be great. It was a chance to prove myself not only to my peers and my friends, but to myself.
I was feeling the pressure because Tyler and I made a side bet for 20 bucks. Feeling tense, feeling excited, like an opening kickoff.
Why was I late? I have no idea. Didn't affect me.
And before we get started, I have a little secret to share with everyone that my opponents don't know. And it's gonna help me win the competition. It is actually that I love hot dog. There's proof right there, so. All the dogs. Show me your technique you're gonna go with. So many dogs. Hey, can I get that stirred down here? Can I get that stirred? Yep.
On your mark! Get set! Go!
What was going on in my head during the competition? I would say I was locked in and focused on my own plate. I could hear things on each side of me. Some things were going on, some chatter, some joking around. And that's kind of when I knew I had them, to be honest. They were focused on each other, talking trash, throwing pieces of dogs at each other.
I'm not gonna expand on that.
I was like, I'm gonna put my head down and keep eating these dogs until it's over.
Yeah, we had similar strategies. Let's face it, he's just better than me.
Yeah, I think when I took the hot dog chunk to the shoulder, it's really a feeling I wouldn't even wish on my worst enemies. To give your all to a competition and to go out, I gave my heart to this competition, and in the end, I went out on something that wasn't even my own terms. Yeah, it sucked. No other way to put it.
7 minutes and 10 seconds.
So describe the moment, the emotions of the feeling when I became Glizzy champion. Man, it was unlike any other feeling there's ever been for me. I mean, I've been working so hard for that moment for the last year. There's nothing keeping me away from being the Glizzy champion. And you know, people, you know, me specifically, people come at me and be like, yeah, we all expected you to win. Your gape is twice the size as anybody here. I'm like, yeah, but a person can have talent, but if they don't have the discipline and the execution, what does that get them? Nothing.
Yeah, you know, I did come in representing myself. I had Gcoinz on the chest to represent and really put myself out there. You know, these other people were doing one more dog, we're doing for the ones who can't, and I admire them for that, but I wanted to come in and represent not only myself, but everything that I have, everything that I built, and everything that I stand for. You know, to be honest, what this competition did, it tarnished me. It ruined the brand, it ruined everything, and Now Gcoinz is just some loser who people see in public and think, is that him? Gcoinz is, the brand is dead and the guy's a loser.
Yeah, so you mentioned my motto going into it being for the ones who can't. And that's something that's really near and dear to my heart. You know, some people will never have a shot of being as good and skilled and as great as I am. They'll never get that opportunity to feel, like I mentioned, like everybody deserves that feeling, and I wanted them to be a part of my experience with that. Competing against my friends and how that affected things and our relationship afterwards, I would say, you know, going into it, it really wasn't a factor at all. I didn't even really think about it. And those guys are great guys. We're still good buds to this day. And we talk about it, joke about it now, but you know, it's over. So it's on to the next competition, and we're locked in, ready to go.
I lost contact with all of my friends and all of my family. Frankly, I'm an outcast now. None of them talk to me.
Of course, it was a wonderful moment with, you know, with Grant still being around. It's hard to talk about with Grant being gone, but I lost one brother, but I never expected to lose two. Matthew leaving.
I never want to see you again, Mom.
They made it really difficult on the family. Dad started drinking. Mom started drinking.
So when I found out that Grant and he had OD'd on glizzies, I was taken aback. Mostly because the man can pound glizzies. I never thought the glizzies would pound Grant. To carry on Grant's memory, the best way you can do is just eat dogs. His whole thing was one more dog. If you get hungry, just eat. And if you get eating, make sure you're hungry.